All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who taught me this truth. Peace and blessings unto the elect scattered all over the globe. Shalom. I'm going to do a short lesson, all right, Lord willing, that is edifying, about the destruction of Babylon the Great America, all right, about the complete destruction of Babylon the Great America within 1 hour, all right, because this place is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, all right, like the scripture said it would, all right. So I got a few videos, all right, that I'm, and a few scriptures that I'm going to bring out, all right, proving that point, all right, and showing that this place is going to fall, all right. This place will fall. It will burn. Nukes will be launched upon this place, okay? All right, this place is going to be destroyed from north, south, east, and west. It's going to be consumed by the fire, all right, of the Lord's jealousy, all right? So I'm going to bring out a few scriptures, all right? A few videos, and Lord willing, it's edifying, all right? Let's get straight to the point. All right, this is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right. And this is the coming destruction of Babylon the Great. All right. This place is gonna burn. All right. All the proud and all the wicked is gonna be stubble. They're gonna be turned to dust, to nothing. All right, because they're wicked. All right, and Babylon the Great promotes wickedness on the highest level. All right, as the video I did yesterday, Babylon is performing basically the highest level of rebellion the earth has ever seen. All right, which is headed by these Edomites, these so-called white men. All right, or white people, Salakia. These so-called white people, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, but this is going to be the judgment, all right, of Babylon the Great. This place is going to be severely judged. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this article right here from the military, the U.S. armies. This is their website. All right, and this is Mark Milley, a general. All right, so I'm gonna get into it right here. All right, it says Russia should be considered the #1 threat of the United States for 2 reasons: its capability and intent, said Army Chief and Staff General Mark A. Milley. In terms of capability, Russia is the only country on the earth that has capability to destroy the United States of America. This is a top general saying this. All right? This is a top general. He's the head of the military. He is saying, in terms of capability, Russia is the only country on earth that has the capability to destroy the United States of America. All right? It's an existential threat by definition because of their nuclear capabilities. Other countries have nuclear weapons, but none as many as Russia. And none have the capability to literally destroy the United States. So they know, all right? They know, all right? And it's only a matter of time, okay, before this place gets completely annihilated, all right? Russia is going to annihilate this place, all right? Milley noted that while neither he nor anyone else knows what Russia's true intent is, well, the Lord knows, because the Lord is putting the spirit, right, on Gog and Magog, the Medes, all right, which is Russia, right? Because Russia is going to be the one to lead the charge in destroying America, man, along with these other nations, right, and some of America's allies, all right? So Russia is going to be the one that's going to completely finish this place, man, okay? And these devils know, all right? And they're terribly afraid, okay, because Russia is the only one that has the capability, like this general said, all right, this Edomite, right? Russia's the only country on the face of the earth that can destroy this place, because I believe the United States and America, they have the topmost nuclear weapons. All right. And Russia's the only one that can challenge this wicked place. And the Lord is going to use America to destroy this place. I mean, Slovakia. The Lord is going to use Russia to destroy this place. All right. Russia will destroy Babylon. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna get some videos here. Right. And remember, the Lord said, right? And let me get it here. All right. So I'm gonna read Revelations chapter 18. I'm gonna read it down to, I believe, 20. Right? All right. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All right. And Babylon is talking about America, because this is Babylon the Great. All right. The mother of harlots. All right. Let me read it again. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Next verse. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Because this is the highest place. This is basically a big shopping center. All right. This whole nation is a consumer based nation. All right. Where America receives all of these the merchandise, right? And all of the cars and the food and the clothes and all of this stuff. America gets it. They buy it, which makes these other countries rich. All right. Because we're consumers, right? Go look at Manhattan. Everything you see is telling you to consume. Everything you see is to tell you to consume and to buy. And you need to have the flyest car, the newest phone, the newest this, the newest that. All right. Because the Babylonians are very vain. All right. Very vain. All right. Salakia. Next verse. Right. And it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, which are the missiles. All right. Because that's going to be the final plague amongst other plagues that the Lord is going to bring upon this place. All right. Amongst other plagues. All right. Which is the Lord is as this moment he's doing. All right. Next verse. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities, because the Lord is going to remember all the wickedness that this place has done. All right. Next verse. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. All right. In the cup which she has filled, fill her on double. Fill to her double. Next verse. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall not see sorrow. And this is how the Babylonian mindset is, right? This is America, Babylon the Great. This is the mindset, right, of the kings, right, of the Edomites that run this place, right, and even of the people. All right. This is why they're able to sit here and argue about complete stupidity and bullcrap while the world is burning around them. All right. All right. Next verse. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Those nuclear missiles are going to hit this place, man. All right. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that judgeth her. All right. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, all these nations around the earth that side with America, that buys American stuff, that America buys their stuff, that helps out the economy, helps out, these other nations build themselves up and become rich, right? While destroying these more smaller nations, going to their lands, taking their resources and then selling it back to them, right? Becoming extremely wealthy. That's how America has become extremely wealthy, and this is how these other nations become extremely wealthy. All right, because like I said, this is a consumer-based society. All right, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Because when those missiles hit, right, the destruction is going to be seen. It's going to be televised. Okay. It's going to be televised. You're probably going to be able to see the smoke of this place burning, all right, from all those 200 million nuclear missiles that's going to hit this place. Okay? It's going to be televised. The world is going to see it, right? Next verse, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, America, that mighty city, America. For in 1 hour is thine judgment come. In 1 hour. This place is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. North, south, east, and west gone. Okay? Next verse. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. No more selling. No more getting rich off the people here. Right? The Babylonians that's materialistic as hell. No more of that. They're going to be dead. They're going to be dust, ashes. Right? They're going to be turned to ash. Right? Next verse. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manners of vessels of ivory and all manners of vessels of most precious woods and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. All right, because this is most of Babylon's money comes from trafficking, human trafficking. All right. That's why it says slaves and the souls of men. All right. It's still going on. All right. That's where all the missing kids come from. These kids end up missing. All right. They go missing. Where do you think they at? They show you in movies where they at. Right. They in dungeons and these wicked elite that have these plots of land that nobody can go on. Where they run all these games on these kids, torture them, grape them, eat them, sacrifice them, all these types of things. This is what's going on. All right. Next verse. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and godly are departed from thee, and thus shalt find them no more at all. Right. Next verse. The merchant of these things which were made rich by her. All right. These other nations. All right. That have dealings with Babylon. All right. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. These people are going to be losing it, because remember, America is tied to most of these economies in the world, which if not all. All right. So once this place falls, everything is falling. All right. Everything is going to fall. All right. Next verse, saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Right. That's America. This is Babylon. Right. The whore that's sitting on the beast. Right. Next verse, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stand afar off. All the ports, because remember, America has one of the biggest ports, the seaports, to sell, to get stuff coming into the country, to put stuff going out of the country. All right. This is how these other nations have become rich. This is how America has become rich. All right? As wealthy as they are, right? Next verse. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saith, what city is like this unto this great city? All right? Read that again. And cry when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? What city is like Babylon that allows us to sell and to get rich up to these people over here in Babylon keep their people so stupid and docile and weak-minded. Okay? They keep them so stupid and docile and sheep-like. All right? Mush-minded, sottish, through in the mind. All right? That we can sell them anything and they buy it. Okay? We sell them everything and they buy it. All right? These people are going to be weeping when they see because they through. This place is going to be through. And all these other nations are going to be through after that. Through. All right, one more time. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. When those missiles hit this place, because they know it's finished. This place is done. Saying, what city is like unto this great city? And that is America. All right. Babylon, the great city. That's this great city. Next verse. And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. For in 1 hour, 60 minutes. All right. All right. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Next verse. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. Okay. All right. Okay. And that's what we're waiting for the Lord to avenge us on this wicked place, for all this wickedness that is done unto us and unto the world. These Edomites destroying the planet. All right. Destroying everything they touch. All right. All manners of wickedness, man. All right. Let me play this video.
In the skies near Japan, F-15s on the hunt for a suspected North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile, capturing what could be its last seconds in flight. This rare video, released by Japan's military, experts say the burning object resembles a ballistic missile boost rocket re-entering the atmosphere, flying for about an hour at hypersonic speeds.
If there's no interception or the interception fails, an ICBM launch from North Korea would take a little bit more than 30 minutes to reach the homeland US, and also depending on if it's the West Coast or the East Coast will take slightly more time.
Chinese scientists simulated a North Korean nuclear attack. According to the South China Morning Post, the simulation shows 33 minutes from the time of launch to the time of impact if U.S. missile defenses fail to shoot down the ICBM.
Missile defense begins here.
For years, U.S. leaders have reassured the public.
The nation should be very confident.
And America's allies.
Easily shoot them out of the sky.
Missile defense systems can keep them safe. But virtually all ballistic missiles travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound, sometimes faster.
It's been described as hitting a bullet with a bullet, trying to hit a warhead.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
A report last year finding America's missile defense system, the nation's best, perhaps only line of defense, only succeeds about half the time.
If North Korea were to fire nuclear-armed ICBMs at the United States, we cannot be assured that our missile defense system would prevent the deaths of millions.
A U.S. Missile Defense Agency report last year said the missile defense system has demonstrated a measured capability to defend the United States, deployed forces, and allies from a rogue nation's missile attack. But that rogue nation has a fast-growing arsenal. Kim Jong-un's military is mass-producing ICBMs. He knows a barrage of ballistic missiles could be too much for the U.S. to shoot down.
Well, I mean, it's pretty sobering reporting, especially considering so many of these missile defense tests, the missile defense shield tests, have not gone well for the United States. And you're talking about North Korea specifically with these missiles. What about missiles that would start from China or Russia?
Well, this is the scary thing that a lot of people probably don't know. Yes, the U.S. missile defense system might be able to defend against an attack from a rogue state like North Korea, as long as their program doesn't get too big, or maybe Iran. But China, Russia, the size of their arsenals, if they launched nuclear missiles at the U.S., just like if the U.S. launched nuclear missiles at them, there'd be no way to shoot even close to all of them down. It would be essentially, this is the definition of mutually assured destruction. North Korea is trying to get there too. They're trying to get to the point that the U.S. wouldn't be able to shoot their missiles down, because then they become a nuclear power, which is what Kim Jong-un has always wanted.
All right. Through. Okay. Revelations 18:10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thine judgment come. All right. And this is only one country that has that capability like that. One country. He said 33 minutes. That's not 1 hour. Come on, man. All right. Now I'm gonna get some videos here that I got up here. All right, but let me see if I wanna. Let me see if this. All right, I'm gonna get this Zephaniah chapter 1 and 14 on to 18. Right. The great day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is near. It is near, and hasten greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness. Salakia. A day of wasteness and of desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung, as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. And that's what the Lord is going to do with him. 1 hour. He's going to destroy all of this wickedness. All of this wickedness, he's going to destroy it within 1 hour. All right. 1 hour. All right. That's all it's going to take for the Lord. One hour. All right. Let me get this video.
Welcome back, everybody. This right here is Southern Florida. Check this out. Southern part of Florida. We put it in red. I want to introduce you to your new neighbor, and it is China, because China is in Cuba, because they are planning a new joint military training facility. This is a new revelation to us, but not to our intelligence community and not to the military. They're planning to expand their relationship with Cuba, an impoverished nation run by horrible communist people, but are in desperate needs of billions of Chinese dollars. Here's how close they actually are to us. Are you comfortable 90 miles from Miami? Now, it's not just tourists and residents of Florida that should be concerned. What about our own military bases? We have a military base at the furthest south period. This is where you find Hemingway's house. This is where Truman used to vacation, a major facility down there. And then you have the Homestead Air Base. They'll be listening in, and they'll also be susceptible possibly to a Chinese-Cuban attack. We wouldn't have put up with this in the 60s. In fact, JFK didn't. Why are we putting up with it now? Let's bring in General Jack Keane to analyze.
You're putting up with it now because of the Lord. That's why they're putting up with it now, because in 1 hour, this place is going to be finished.
That's where we're at with China. And a little bit later, General, I'd like to talk to you about what's happening with the counterstrikes in Ukraine. But first things first, your take on four bases now being built by China in Cuba.
Yeah, well, those are listening bases is what we're led to believe. They were put in there. One of them was put in there in 2019, and that's the year that they began to morph them into 4 additional bases. And they're designed to monitor transmissions, telephone communications, radio communications, if they're very sophisticated, even satellite or internet communications. Now look at Brian, we've got a Navy base right there in Cuba, and we have potential to thwart this capability.
Gitmo.
And obviously we can sit off the shore of Cuba in international waters, and also we have potential to thwart the capability. In terms of putting a training facility in there, I think and bring some Chinese troops there, I believe they're poking us in the eye over Taiwan. I mean, obviously, we're helping Taiwan, we're arming them, and we got troops in Taiwan. But there's no moral equivalency here for viewers to understand. China is threatening to take over by force a democratic free nation, which Taiwan is, if it doesn't voluntarily submit to China control. We are not threatening to take over Cuba. We have tolerated a communist regime there for decades. We appropriately cut off aid and support to Cuba for years. Why was that? Because they were supporting a Soviet base there for decades, right on their territory. And I think the rapprochement that we're doing with Cuba, we should cut off and make them pay a price for the fact that they're going to house Chinese capability on their territory, knowing full well that China is the #1 threat the United States is facing.
General, think about this. We had that uprising from 2 years ago where the people of Cuba, just joining just a semblance of human rights and hope, stood up, asked for help. Now, we weren't going to get involved militarily. We offered not even words of support. In comes the oppressive government, aided by the billions from China, who have great ability to listen in and surveil their population. I'm sure they gave that technology to the Cuban government for their population. So that our inaction comes back to bite us again. If I can, let's pivot, if we can, to Russia-Ukraine war. The counterinsurgency, some say, is going slower than the Ukrainians thought. The Russians are much more dug in and a little bit more prepared than we thought. What does your assessment say?
Yeah, what's happened is the Russians have had all those months to prepare and thicken their defenses while the Ukrainians were waiting, to receive all of that Western equipment after they certainly had to be trained on it as well. What the Ukrainians are not going to do is be foolish like the Russians. We saw the Russians attack wave after wave into Bakhmut, and literally thousands of their troops got slaughtered. What the Ukrainians are trying to do, so audience understands, is feel their way through these defenses to pick out the best opportunity to penetrate. And that takes some time because they don't want to expend their forces. There's minefields out there, there's huge obstacles that are out there. So they're doing a lot of things at night. They're using foot infantry to infiltrate at night so they can surprise the Russian defenses and pick out the best place to penetrate. Most of the Western brigades that contain the equipment that we provided, as well as the training to the Ukrainian soldiers, those Western equipped brigades that the Ukrainians have, most of them have not been committed to this fight yet. They will represent the main effort. So when we see that, we'll know then that the Ukrainians have found what they believe is the best opportunity to penetrate. And if they are able to do that, I do think they can exploit and take significant territory. In the meantime, you see what's happening. They're using their long-range weapon system to destroy as much of Russia's logistical infrastructure as they can, which they had done in previous offensive back in June. So they just took out a bridge that aids Crimea significantly. And that'll be out for weeks, Brian, as a result of that. They're going to continue to do that with HIMARS, with the Storm Shadow cruise missile systems, and other long-range systems.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that, and I think that Ukraine knows it's June. It's not December. There's still time to have an effective counter-surgery season. Thanks so much, General. Great to see you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click.
All right, you get it. All right. So China and Russia, all right, they're setting up strategic moves on Babylon. All right. And these Babylonians are hypocrites. Okay. They're straight up hypocrites. Here it is. They have military bases surrounding all of their enemies. All right. Babylon is in a proxy war, right? In Ukraine, trying to gain Ukraine to be on the border of Russia. All right. And they're over here crying, all right, that Russia and China, all right, are dealing with Cuba. All right. After this devil just said, right, that he wasn't, that Babylon stopped basically giving aid and stuff like that to Cuba. So what the hell you expect? You think they're gonna stay on you? Right? You're not dealing with them. You playing with them. So they're gonna go somewhere else, which is your enemies. Like, come on. These are hypocrites, man. Babylon's full they're hypocrites. The leadership are hypocrites. These Edomites are hypocrites, man. All right. Here it is. Like I said, they have all of these military bases strategically put around all their enemies. All right. Babylon is the friend of all of their enemies, of all of their enemies. OK. Babylon is the friend of all of these other nations' enemies. All right. Has a military base there. All right. This place is hypocrite, man. The hypocrisy of this place is insane, man. Let me get this. Hold on. Let me get this scripture right here first, and I'm gonna get the next video. Isaiah 34. I'm gonna read from 1 to 10. Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, and hath delivered them unto the slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their host shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon my people, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, which are these Edomites. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Okay? That's the Greek way of saying Edom. Okay? So the Lord said, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, the Edomites. Right? And the Edomite stronghold in this time is Babylon. All right? The Edomites are the daughter of Babylon. I'm going to prove that. I'm going to get the scripture for that, Lord willing. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And the Idumeans are the people who are cursed. All right. They are cursed to the Lord's judgment. The Lord is going to judge them. The Lord hates Edom. All right. He will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. All right. The Edomites. Okay. Next verse. The sword of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai hath a sacrifice in Basra, and that's the capital of Idumea, of Edom, right? And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And what's crazy is that we have a Basra in America. All right, I believe that it was one of the places that had caught on fire. It was one of those places within this year that had caught on fire, right? Basra, right? You can look it up. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, right? Babylon, this place, these Edomites here, all right? The Edomites here, this is the stronghold, okay? Well, you know it's in Europe, but this is where they do all their wickedness, and this is the land that promotes all this wickedness and propagates it out to the world and pushes it out to the world and to the masses. All the evil, All right. This is the strong arm, all right, of the wicked elite Esau Edom. All right. Next verse. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust shall be made fat with fatness. All right. Next verse. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai's vengeance, and the year of the recompense of the controversy of Zion. Let me read that again. I got tongue twisted there. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch. Next verse. It shall not be quenched day or night, night or day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever. And that's talking about Babylon the Great, the nuclear destruction, right? That we read in Revelation 18 on down, right? Speaking of the destruction of this place, right? All right, let me get this video here.
This is something we're going to be monitoring very, very closely.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said on Tuesday that he voiced concerns to his counterparts in China during a rare trip to Beijing about China's military activities in Cuba.
He made very clear that we would have deep concerns about PRC intelligence or military activities in Cuba. And we will protect our homeland. We will protect our interests.
The Wall Street Journal reported on Tuesday that China and Cuba are negotiating to establish a joint military training facility on the island that could lead to the stationing of Chinese troops just 100 miles off Florida's coast. Speaking at a press conference in London after his trip to Beijing, Blinken said he pressed for opening military communication channels with China.
President Biden sent me to Beijing because he believes strongly that both the United States and China have an obligation to manage our relationship responsibly. And that starts with strengthening lines of communication.
During Blinken's visit to Beijing earlier this week, the first by a U.S. Secretary of State since 2018, the nations agreed to temper rivalries to avoid conflict, but there were no breakthroughs.
I think both countries see the importance of trying to bring more stability to the relationship.
A lack of open channels between both nations has prompted international jitters, with Beijing's reluctance to engage in regular military-to-military talks with Washington alarming China's neighbors. In Beijing, the two sides appeared entrenched over a multitude of issues, from Taiwan to trade, including U.S. actions toward China's chip industry, plus human rights, and Russia's war against Ukraine, to which China maintains an impartial response.
President Biden said from the outset of Russia's aggression against Ukraine that we would stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes.
Blinken also said on Tuesday that he would announce a new and robust U.S. assistance package for Ukraine on Wednesday at a conference in London aimed at encouraging private companies to invest in the country's reconstruction after Russia's invasion.
All right, the Lord is setting this place up to get destroyed, man. All right. This place is being set up to be completely destroyed. All right. America, they're scared. These Babylonians are scared, man. All right. I'm gonna play a video showing that they're scared. All right. And the everyday average person is waking up to this fact. All right. Of the coming and impending and inevitable destruction of this place, man. Of Babylon the Great America. All right. All right. Joel 3:19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood. All right. And the modern day Egyptian is Esau Edom. All right. Edom, the Edomites are the modern day Pharaoh. All right. Now I'm going to get this to coincide with that. Revelations 11:8, and their bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city. And what's that great city? Babylon, like we read in Revelations 18. All right, the great city that will be destroyed. Okay, And their bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai was crucified. All right. And the dead bodies are talking about the Israelites that were in a heathen state of mind. All right. They were dead. They were spiritually dead. All right. But this place, this great city, is called Sodom and Egypt. All right. We know why it's called Sodom, and it's called Egypt because of the bondage, because of they have the children of Israel in captivity, right? It's Israel, we're held captive, all right? We're still captives, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're still being held captive. You are not free, all right? You are not free. This devil still has you in his grips, all right? And the Lord is going to punish the world, all right, for what they did, for the controversy of Zion, man. Okay. Now let me get this one right here. Zechariah 14 and 12, another favorite verse. Right? And this is what's coming to Babylon. All right. And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. The Israelites. Okay, his people, the Lord's people, right? Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Okay? And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths. What's going to do that? Let me show you what's going to do that. Let me show you what's going to do that, man. All right. This is going to do that. Okay, that's what's gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna play another video after this. Playing this, I'm gonna play another one. All right, but this it is gonna show you, and the video is gonna directly show you what this scripture just said. All right, and this shall be the plague wherein the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. What's gonna do that? So people gonna be standing up and their flesh is gonna be just getting consumed? What's gonna do that? You're looking at it. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Okay? That's gonna be the inevitable. All right? Just like we read in Malachi 4 and 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And this is what it's talking about. This thermonuclear missiles. All right, you get the point. See that? Now let me just try to see if I can find this right here. Do I have it? Oh yeah. Okay? Was that not, man, hold on. Was that not Malachi 4:1? For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Those people were stubble. Okay? That fire turned them to stubble. All right? And that day and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right? Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. For you Negroes, you Latinos, and Native Americans, all these nations that took us down and held us captive and held us fast and didn't let us go, was doing wickedness unto us, but it's going to be mostly Esau, Edom, that's going to pay for this, as well as these other nations. But Esau, he did the worst. And he was our brother. He forgot the brotherly covenant, right? Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. What you just saw? Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away into their holes. What did you just see? And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What did you just see? Okay? That is what's coming. All right? Let me get, hold on. You know, cause Esau, Esau is the new Pharaoh of Egypt. All right. He is the new Pharaoh. All right. He is the king of Babylon. All right. They are the children. Oh, let me just get this real quick. They are the children, the daughters of Babylon. All right. I'm gonna get it right here, man. Another favorite scripture, man. Right? Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the children of Edom. Okay? These are enemies. All right? From the womb. From the womb. They are enemies, as well as these other nations. But the Edomites, the so-called white people, the so-called white men, these red people are enemies, our direct enemies. These are our arch nemesis. These are our rivals. Okay? Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Right? Anytime a nation came down on us, Esau was there to help them, aided them. All right? Next verse, Psalms 137 and 8, my favorite verse. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So we're going to be happy. When the Lord turns this all around, the Lord, brings up saves the elect. And now then when it's the Israelites' turn, what do you think is going to happen to you Edomites, man? Do y'all remember the level of wickedness that y'all did? I got to read that again, man. Remember, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the children of Edom. Remember them, Lord. Remember what they did to us. Right? In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon. You just called him. As I said, this is the daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. You must be destroyed, and that's coming through thermonuclear war. All right? Thermonuclear destruction. Okay? That's what's going to happen. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be. Who's the he? The Israelites. All right? That rewarded thee as thou hast served us. All right? Because they have done complete wickedness unto their brothers, man. All right? And we're their brothers. All right? All right? But war is on the horizon. All right? The destruction of this place is on the horizon. All right? The destruction of this place of Babylon the Great America is on the horizon. That is the will of the Lord to destroy this place, man. All right. Hold on. Let me get this video right here. Show you that the average person, all right, is waking up, man. All right. The average person is waking up. All right. Let me just get this verse, throw this verse in there. Jeremiah 49:17. Also Edom, see? Also Edom shall be a desolation. What did it say over here? In Joel, right? Joel 3:19. Egypt shall be a desolation and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. All right. And once again, it puts Egypt, it has Egypt and Edom, the same thing. All right. Just like it has Babylon and Edom in the same, the Edom follows the spirit of all of these past tyrants who came down upon the Israelites. All right. Who had them in captivity and did evil upon them. All right. But Edom is just the worst. He is the wicked. All right. He is the top of that. All right. He's the highest of the evil on the earth, man. He is the profane. All right. Hold on. I got to get that, man. I get that, man. Here we go. Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Okay? Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And this is what he's trying to get back. All right? He's trying to get this birthright back. That's why you see all this this technological, digital, AI, all this stuff coming out, because he's trying to get back his birthright. All right. But the scripture said, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. The scriptures call him a profane person. He's profane. He's outside of the temple. All right. Wicked. His soul does not stand upright in him. Hold on. Got to get that. All right. This damn devil, man. Where is it? That's it in. Salakia. Yeah, here we go. In Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2:4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just man shall live by his faith. All right. And this is Esau. His soul does not stand there. He's wicked. All right. Just complete wicked. All right. So I'm going to play this video right here to show you that people are waking up to the realization, all right, of what's coming. The inevitable. Oh, no, Salakia, that's not it. Oh, no, that is it, Salakia.
Security Council had a meeting yesterday, and Ray McGovern spoke to it. He is a former member of the CIA, and he testified in support of Seymour Hersh's article on the United States bombing Nord Stream pipeline. If it is proven that the United States bombed the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, as has been asserted by Seymour Hersh and his article, will you call for the United States to acknowledge and admit that was an act of war against Germany and Russia. And I'm asking this because this may be the only way to prevent the rest of us from being killed in a thermonuclear war. And I don't want to be fried. Don't you think the media should be reporting on whether or not this is true? And don't you think you should be inquiring into whether or not this is true?
Well, thank you for the question. One, I've got no information to suggest that the United States was involved in bombing the Nord Stream pipeline.
Because you weren't briefed on it.
Sir, you got your chance to ask a question. So give me an opportunity to respond.
You weren't given information because he explicitly says you weren't briefed on it. Shouldn't you inquire?
So here's what I'll say about, I think, President Biden's leadership generally as it relates to the Ukraine and Russia.
We committed an act of war. What are you doing to respond to that? We have to hold Biden accountable. So listen, you're from Brooklyn, right? You know when to call bullshit when you see it? So do I. This is bullshit right now. And I see what's happening right now. That does not silence me. You can hear me right now. I want you to say something about the bombing because we're all going to die from a nuclear war right now unless you stop it and you at least put and inquire into whether or not it's true. This war in Ukraine is going to leave us all dead. So what are you going to do? Because you need to inquire. I'm a New Yorker too.
Here's what I'll say.
Say it.
We're going to continue to stand with the Ukrainian people.
That's fucking bullshit. Do not do that. You will end us all dead.
In this war against
We need peace. We need talks.
Because
why are you sabotaging talks? Do not put your hands on me. We need peace talks. I am not going to take this. We need peace talks. You are leaving. Listen.
Democracy.
Did you even read the allegations?
It's a battle between
How about accountability? Not airheadedness.
It's a battle between tyranny
How about bridges, not bombs?
and democracy.
Okay. How about conversations, not cremation? Diplomacy, not destruction. How about that? How about it? You goddamn airhead, you're gonna kill us all. I don't want to die in a goddamn nuclear war, and nobody does.
You hear that? See, he wants peace. All right, these Babylonians, they want peace, man. But that's not what the Lord wants. All right. Matthew 10:34, Lord Yahushua, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. All right. I come not to send peace, but a sword, destruction. All right. Because remember, this is not the Lord's kingdom yet. All right. The Lord hasn't established his kingdom yet. So the world is hold on, Job 9 and 24. All right. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. And let me just get this right here. Because it said the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Let's get this right here. All right. Let me see. Yep, here we go. And this is to show who the wicked is. This is who the wicked is. That's how you know who the wicked is, man. It says Malachi 1:4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had indignation forever. He hates the Edomites. He hates them. All right. And these are the people who are in control. All right. So the Lord said he ain't come to send peace. All right. He came to send a sword. Okay. And these people want peace, and peace is not coming. This is not the time of peace. This is the time of war. The Lord said there's a time for everything. All right. But this is the time of war. All right. Because that's what the Lord is riling up the mighty men. All right. Hold on. All right. The Lord is riling up the mighty men, man. All right, for war. Okay.
And democracy,
okay, how about
truth,
conversation,
and freedom will
not
prevail.
cremation?
And the United States is going to have to make sure that happens.
Not destruction. How about that? How about it? You goddamn airhead, you're gonna kill us all. I don't want to die in a goddamn nuclear war, and nobody does.
Okay. Malachi 4:1, for behold, a day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And this is what is coming. All right. All right. This is what's coming. Let me get another one here.
Good evening, William. In a state broadcast, Belarus leader Alexander Lukashenko have confirmed that Russia's nuclear weapons have arrived in the country. Lukashenko said that the weapons have arrived sooner than expected after Russia said that preparations would last until early July. He mentioned that he personally asked Putin for the weapons to place a threat against aggressions towards Belarus. However, Lukashenko said that he would not want to use the weapons unless it is needed, and any decisions to use them will still be for Putin to make. Russia's tactical nuclear weapons are known to be 3 times stronger than the ones used in Hiroshima and Nagasaki and are slowly being transported to Belarus. Russia will remain in control of the weapons and are only being stationed in Belarus for protection. Belarus has been Russia's closest ally during the war, in which Russia used the Belarus-Ukraine border as strategic location for their invasion. Alexander Lukashenko also said that the country is developing facilities that would be able to cater nuclear-tipped intercontinental missiles, insisting that it is solely for protective measures. William?
Yes, thank you very much, Ruth. Bahe reporting live from Vietnam.
All right, and that's what's going to bring the destruction. All right. Hold on. I'm just going to get this one.
Мы сделаем все, чтобы обеспечить безопасные условия для проведения референдумов. Для того, чтобы люди могли выразить свою волю. И то решение о своем будущем, которое примет большинство жителей Донецкой и Луганской народных республик, Запорожской и Херсонской областей, мы поддержим. В своей агрессивной антироссийской политике Запад перешел всякую грань. Мы постоянно слышим угрозы в адрес нашей страны, нашего народа. Некоторые безответственные политики на Западе не только говорят о планах по организации поставок Украине дальнобойных наступательных вооружений, систем, которые позволят наносить удары по Крыму, другим регионам России. Такие террористические удары, в том числе и с использованием западного оружия, уже наносятся по приграничным населенным пунктам Белгородской и Курской областей. В ход пошел и ядерный шантаж. Речь идет не только о поощряемых Западом обстрелах Запорожской атомной электростанции, что грозит атомной катастрофой, но и о высказываниях некоторых высокопоставленных представителей ведущих государств НАТО о возможности и допустимости применения против России оружия массового поражения, ядерного оружия, тем, кто позволяет себе такие заявления в отношении России. Хочу напомнить, что наша страна также располагает различными средствами поражения, а по отдельным компонентам и более современными, чем у стран НАТО. И при угрозе территориальной целостности нашей страны для защиты России и нашего народа мы, безусловно, используем все имеющиеся в нашем распоряжении средства. Это не блеф. А те, кто пытаются шантажировать нас ядерным оружием, должны знать, что роза ветров может развернуться и в их.
All right. And Putin said he's not bluffing. All right? And he's not bluffing, all right? Because the Lord's going to put the spirit on him, okay, to destroy this place, to completely annihilate it, all right? Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And the north country is talking about Russia, all right? And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as the mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So, and those are the nuclear missiles. Those arrows are the nuclear missiles, man. All right. And from this video here,
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Right.
China, because China is in Cuba. Because they're
China's in Cuba, 90 miles away from Florida, man. 90 miles away from Florida. All right. Hold on. Gotta go back, man. All right. Revelations 18:10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thine judgment come. This place is going to get annihilated in 60 minutes. Okay. Hold on. Before I get that, let me get this. No, wasn't this one. Revelations 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven say unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in the cloud. This is when the elect gets beamed up into the chariots. And their enemies beheld them. All right, next verse. And that same hour was there a great earthquake, and a 10th part of the city fell. The 10 FEMA zones, the 10 zip codes of America, the 10 zip codes, all right, of America, all right. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, because the missile's gonna hit when the elect gets beamed up. As soon as the elect gets pulled out of the way, those missiles gonna hit, because they're already gonna be launched. All right, the missiles are already gonna be coming. All right, the Lord's gonna come, deliver the elect, and then the destruction is gonna come. All right, Revelations 11:13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, Babylon, the great city. And in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, a complete number, not just 7,000 men. It's gonna be a complete number. All right, that 7 means completion. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. All right, because they're gonna get scarcely saved. All right, but this is what's happening right now is Jeremiah 50. All right, but this is what's coming. All right, and the stage is being set, as you can see.
A new joint military training facility. This is a new revelation to us, but not to our intelligence community and not to the military. They're planning to expand their relationship with Cuba, an impoverished nation run by horrible communist people, but are desperate needs of billions of Chinese dollars. Here's how close they actually are to us. Are you comfortable 90 miles from Miami? Now, it's not just tourists and residents of Florida that should be concerned. What about our own military bases? We have a military base at the furthest south period. This is where you find Hemingway's house. This is where Truman used to vacation, a major facility down there. And then you have the Homestead Air Base. They'll be listening in, and they'll also be susceptible possibly to a Chinese-Cuban attack. We wouldn't have put up with this in the 60s. In fact, JFK didn't. Why are we putting up with it now?
Because it's the Lord's will, and because Jeremiah 50:9, for lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. Okay? And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, destroyed. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Because strong is the Lord God that judgeth her. Woo! All right, now watch this, man.
This is Dabu 7, turning attention to the southern border. we're now seeing a rising number of Russian and Chinese nationals coming across the southern border illegally into this country, and we're coming to find out that some of those are high-value targets out of China. So we have CBP, the Customs and Border Protection, intercepting an increased number of these foreign nationals from countries that are not south of our border or even in Central America. This includes Russia and, of course, China at the top of the list. And they're saying the numbers are swelling. They say that they are concerned that the chaos at the southwest border of the U.S. could be taken advantage of by anti-U.S. regimes. And not just can, but that they are. The PRC and their foreign adversaries are expanding their spheres of influence into Latin America and literally right into our backyard. They're coming through left and right, and the numbers are swelling. They say that in the first 7 months of fiscal year 2023, nearly 10,000 of these nationals have been encountered by U.S. Border Patrol along this region. And that is exponentially more than previous years. And they're catching these guys coming in groups and in bigger packs. Majority of them fighting age military men coming across into our country. So this is highly alarming. They're coming in droves. They're being caught in droves. Who knows exactly how many have slipped into this country? This is just who they've caught. So thousands of these individuals already in here. Where are they at? Where are they hiding? What are they up to? Silent invasion continues here as our border is down. I'll leave a link below. Follow me on Twitter for more updates, and join me Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Underground World News Live on Dabu 777. You'll find links below. Much love.
All right, this place is through. All right, this is no coincidence that we just had that that title. What is it? I forgot the name of the title, but basically where all the migrants were coming into the land, into America, Babylon. All right, there's no coincidence. And then now Russia is getting and Russia and China is getting involved with Cuba, 90 miles away from America. Oh man, and you have able-bodied Russian and Chinese immigrants. All right, army trained. You know they're army trained, they're military trained, but able-bodied young men. Why are they leaving their country? Because Jeremiah 49:31. Arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwell without care, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwelleth alone. And that's Babylon the Great. The Lord is telling these nations, arise. Okay? Get you up to the wealthy nation, Babylon. That's the wealthy nation, Babylon, that dwell without care. Okay? Over here, there's no worries. Over here, there's a new video that one of the brothers had brought out, the Moes, talking about marching, talking about, yeah, we coming for your children. All right? This is what they care about. All right? Not knowing that the Lord is setting up destruction. Hold on, let me get this, man. Got to get it back. Go back to 50. Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations, China, Russia, right, from the north country, and they shall set themselves array against her round about, surrounded, which is happening. For thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. And that's what's going to be inevitably what's going to happen to Babylon, man. All right? The time is ticking on this place, man. All right? This place is about to be completely taken and destroyed. All right? Off of the face of the earth. All right? Why? Hold on. Let me tell you why. Tell you why right there. Revelations 18:5. This is the reason why. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. All the sins this place has committed, all the wickedness this place has committed, all the blood of the saints that is shed, all the wars, the rape, the robbery, right? The destruction of the earth. the animals, the resources, all right? Drowning people in witchcraft, right? And in all types of madness, okay? Only Babylon allows this high level of rebellion, man. And the Lord's gonna reward this place, man. All right? So to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you gotta wake up, man, and come back to your power. Yahweh Shem Shai. You are the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. All right? You're not Negroes. You're not Hispanics. You're not Native Americans. You're the children of Israel. You're Yasharallah, the princes of the power. All right? Unless you repent, you are going to be destroyed. All right? Ezekiel 7:5. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And these Babylonians do not know what's coming. They're living their life, and they're going to be destroyed in it. All right? The Lord cometh like a thief in the night. All right? Hold on. There we go. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly the elect, right? The men, the prophets, the men that are watching, right? The followers, the believers, the ones that are following and paying attention to the signs that the Lord set before us to look for his coming, right? For yourselves know perfectly the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, cometh as a thief in the night with no warning, right? With no warning. Got to get this now. All right? The day of the Lord is going to come with no warning, right? Hold on, sorry. Let me get it this way. Man, these Babylonians, man. Where is it? Look what come up. I can't find it. It's probably in the Apocrypha. Let's see. All right, but these Babylonians, they don't know what's coming, man. Yeah, here it is. Salakia. Ecclesiasticus 5:7, right? And this is to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the Israelites. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the children of of Israel. All right, your God's name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right, you are the children of Israel. All right, unless you repent, you are going to get caught up in this destruction that is coming, the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai that's going to come upon this place. All right, you are in captivity. Okay, you are in a captivity right now. This is the last captivity we're going to ever be in, and the kingdom is what's next. But you are in captivity. You need to wake up. Destruction is at hand. So is salvation. All right. Ecclesiasticus 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai and put off from day to day, right? So don't come back. Don't be putting it off like, oh, you know, when I'm 30 or when I'm reaching down more and more, you know, in the more time that pass, right? That you're like, yo, you know, I ain't gonna turn to the Lord. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna set a time. The Lord don't have no time for you to turn back. The Lord ain't waiting for you. You understand? The Lord he ain't waiting for you. When the time is up, the time is up. Okay? When the doors of mercy close, it is over. All right? All hell is gonna break loose. The Lord is gonna let loose, man. All right. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, right? And in thine security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. All right. And that's going to be 2/3 of our people, as well as these heathens. Okay. Because right now our people, they're secure. They can still go to the store, buy food. They still got some money in their bank account. They got a nice car, got a nice job. You know, they got all the material stuff that they need. They can take vacations, take trips. All right. But for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai come forth. And in thy security, when you're safe in your house, you're safe in your account, you are safe with the car that you got, you're safe with the clothes, the weave, the eyelashes, the nails, the Marys, the Balenciagas, right? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Because our people aren't watching, they aren't paying attention. They don't care about what was going on in the world. As long as it's not happening to them, as long as it's not stopping their daily bread, their money, them from getting fly and taking trips and partying and all this stuff, they don't give a crap. All right? And because of that, they're going to perish in the day of vengeance. Okay? That's what's going to happen. They're going to perish in the day of vengeance when the Lord lets his wrath go. When the day of vengeance comes from the Lord, you're gonna be in it. Okay, you guys are gonna be in it, face first. All right. Hold on, let me get this, man, and then I'll and then I'll wrap it up, man. Lord willing. Wait. Was it in Hebrew? Oh, no. I got it right here. It's in Hosea. All right. Hosea 4 and 6. All right. And this is to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. My people, who's the Lord's people? The Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, which our people do. They don't care about this. This is boring. All right. Turning to the Lord is boring. Watching, paying attention to what's going on in the world, hating what the Lord hates, hating the evil that you see. All right? Our people enjoy it. Our people uphold it. All right? Our people are with it. All right? As long as it's not bothering me or affecting me. Right? When they don't know that it's bothering them and it's affecting them because it's going to destroy them. All right? Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, which our people do. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I will also forget thy children. Okay? And these people are going to get destroyed. All right, I got this good scripture. Now I'm going to wrap it up. One of my favorite scriptures, man. I think it's in Amos. Where is it? Oh, no. Isaiah, Salakia. And I'm going to get one more after this. I just keep popping in my head, man. You know, Thawad Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Isaiah 13 and 9. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it, 2/3 of our people. Okay? As well as the heathens, but it's 2/3 of our people. The day of the Lord cometh cruel. Wait. No, yeah. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord, man. That's what I was trying to get. But this came up and it was, same thing. Beautiful. Yeah, it was Amos. Yeah, I was right. Right? Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? Right? What day is it for you? We just read in Isaiah that the day of the Lord cometh cruel. The Lord's coming back to make war. All right, to destroy the sinners. All right. Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right. Next verse. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. So the day of the Lord, you're going to fall from one thing, one situation to the next situation, to the next situation, to the next. You don't even know if you're going to make it out. All right. The Lord's going to constantly have a situation ready for you. All right. Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, is darkness and not light. And people don't realize that they think the Lord is this giant teddy bear. Okay? Yeah, let me get this last verse. I'm going to wrap it off. I'm going to wrap it up. Another favorite scripture. All right. Yep, Amos 9 and 10. All right, Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners. And who are the sinners? Who's the only people that can sin? The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're the only ones that can sin because the laws were given unto us, unto our forefathers. All right? These heathens can sin, but they were not given the law, so they have no order. They naturally don't have order. All right? That's what we were set up on the earth to do before we fell. Okay? Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that's what our people say. All right? They say that the evil shall not overtake them nor prevent them, but the Lord is going to bring evil upon them. He's going to reward them evil. Right? He's going to reward evil because the Lord says he's going to come back with rewards, right? For the good and evil. All right? Right? The Lord said he's gonna reward evil unto them. All right? Ezekiel's 7 and 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai power, and evil and only evil behold is come. I'm gonna give first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem HaKakodash. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and to the elders and the apostles who preach your word in sincerity and truth all over the globe. Throughout Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Shalom.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Yahweh.